Nazis were first to ponder on the potential application of nuclear fission in the development of nuclear weapons as early as April of 1939. Just months after the discovery of nuclear fission via the fission experiment conducted by German physicists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann in Berlin in December 1938. Interestingly, throughout 1939, leading Soviet physicists attempted to reproduce the fission experiment that German physicists had conducted the previous year and began to make measurements and calculations to determine under exactly what conditions, if any, a nuclear chain reaction would take place. However, following the German invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941, Soviet nuclear physics work largely ceased. Scientists and engineers were drafted or assigned to work on projects, such as radar, that were seen as more pressing. But a small fraction of physicists continued to explore the possibilities of uranium. Some high-ranking Soviet physicists like Peter Kapitsa remarked as early as October of 1941 that the recent discovery of nuclear energy could be useful in the war against Germany and that the prospects of a uranium bomb seemed promising. When Soviet leaders learned that both the United States and Germany had embarked on efforts to build an atomic bomb, in February of 1943, they launched their own program led by nuclear physicist Igor Kurchadov and political director Lavrentiy Beria. Igor Kurchadov, director of Soviet nuclear program. When the Russians entered Berlin near the end of World War II, some of the top German physicists like Nikolaus Real working for the Nazi nuclear program were taken to the Soviet Union, where they helped Soviets develop their own nuclear weapons program. On December 25, 1946, the Soviets created their first chain reaction in a graphite structure similar to Chicago Pile 1. After encountering some difficulties with the production of plutonium and the isotopic separation of uranium over the next 2 years, Soviet scientists managed to get their first production reactor working satisfactorily in the fall of 1948, and successfully tested their first nuclear device, called RDS-1 or First Lightning, codenamed Joe-1 by the United States, at Semipalatinsk on August 29, 1949. Nikolaus Real. So, within a span of a few short years after World War II, Soviets successfully built their own nuclear bomb from scratch. We must also keep in mind that, soon after rapidly developing their own nuclear arsenal with the help of the German scientists taken to Soviet Union at the end of World War II, Soviets assisted others as well in launching their own national nuclear programs, which eventually set our world on the current mutually assured destruction path that we are currently tightrope walking. However, one curious question still remains: how much of Soviets' lightning-fast success was due to their legendary military and industrial espionage capabilities?